It's Gurley Power. I'm Jonathan Coachman. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago. Coming up, we'll see the visiting New York Football Giants taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. And a few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley tried to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the New York Giants. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never...
And it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now, let's go to that play.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace. One hallmark of good defenses, it's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. Look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Now let's go. Boom, landing.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 45 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
Long night.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They come out here in the eye. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down. The New York Giants offensively, their starters, and one guy out wide to take a look at, Sterling Shepard.
A really mature man in every way coming out of Oklahoma. Personally and professionally. You can play him out wide, play him in the slot. He can return punts for you. He's a dynamic playmaker.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley.
Set. Green, 39.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. He goes full extension, and he's got it. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. B.J. Goodson not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A shotgun snap for Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 11. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they work this out past the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Becoming one of the better lockdown corners in the league is Marcus Peters, and I first noticed him when he was in college at the University of Washington. Very intelligent player, understands route combinations, how teams can attack him, and how about what he's done in the NFL? 19 interceptions in 3 seasons, 5 more than anyone else in the league has had. That gap is out.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Rosas to add the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, and then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
New York set to take the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Able to get away. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal.
Now let's go.
Back to throw. On the move to his left. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. In for the score. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Rosas now to add the PAT. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 21-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13 and also the first down. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Play action. It's gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because...
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
From the 15 now after the sack. It's 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard.
They'll look to throw here. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 21-0 our score. We're back to Southern California right after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And Rosas puts this one through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Goff. And he'll find Everett there complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun. Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Goff now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Gone. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it draws. Goff gives to Gurley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Here's Goff. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Olivier Vernon in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And his kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right, get it to your back, get a lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage, wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. 3-19.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
All right, here we go.
On second down, here's Barkley, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Stewart on first down, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On second down, they run with Stewart. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Set. Blue landed.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Goff on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And got a man, it's Woods. Powering his way forward. It's a big conversion there for the Rams on 3rd down. And even 40 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's gone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point attempt to come here. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Samson Abuka. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
On 1st down, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. That little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Extra point forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. They'll let it go deep from... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Chargers who were able to come in and steal one on the road. 16-10, the final. Next, let's get over to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. 31-10 was the final score. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check on the Saints at home at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
If If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Well, the Giants have it. It's picked up. And first and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, what, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Rosas to add the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, He'll spot it at the 49. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Goff throwing the out route incomplete. That's Kelly. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now it's gone. Right side complete. That's Woods. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It was Leonard Johnson who got a paw up in coverage that time.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Leonard Johnson who got a paw up in coverage that time.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll go to Barkley again. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now they pitch it. It's Stewart. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Rosas now to add the PAT. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Nickel Roby brings him down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And, off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And the Rams getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 23 yards on the play. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Goff on first down. It's caught left side by Cooks. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From the red zone now, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
On second down, here's Goff. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
On second down, Davis. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his second touchdown of the night. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good, too.
As over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
180. Out, go.
2nd and 10. Goff. Pass incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Goff. And that's incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, LA. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Goff throwing again. Dancing to his left. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could have...
Well, look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Field, here comes Los Angeles. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
After the interception, here's Goff. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 15 yards through the air and a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Now Saquon Barkley. Oh, it shifts past him. And yet again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
So on the big tight end.
Still 1st down.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Gun. They'll look to throw. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Now let's go. Blue line.
They'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Nothing open downfield, they went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back, see if you can make someone miss in the open field.
The Giants on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Back to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him out to the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now the Rams are going to hold things as they want a timeout. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
A first down carry for Barkley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. He's missed twice tonight, but this time it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. One last throw here for Goff. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And that's how this one ends in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Giants, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until Week 11. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.